For a city that never sleeps, New York has a lot of dreamers.
It's so exciting to see you here right now. Kэтти Kin. The pilot is sensational. I think that fans are gonna love it. If for some reason they have not seen Riverdale, can you explain the connection to them?
Well, I am one of the biggest connections, is because Josie has left Riverdale and is now, pursuing her dreams in New York. The only other thing that really kind of makes it a spinoff is just that it's an extension of the universe. You were seeing in another part of the world where there's a lot less death, where other Archie characters live. So that's kind of the segue into this new place, but it's nothing like Riverdale. Everybody's staying alive.
For now.
No, for always.
When we last saw Josie, she was leaving Riverdale, and she was saying that her dream was to go to New York. She was about to go on tour with her dad.
Yeah.
Where are we when we see Josie in Kэтti Kin?
Well, she's been on tour with her dad for a while, and, we're assuming that she's gotten that really good taste of what it's like to be a traveling musician, the way that she's always heard her father was, and hopefully, a lot stronger in her own right as a performer. Especially if you're doing live performances. And she just kind of had to leave that safety net and take that leap and the next step in her own career as a singer-songwriter.
One of the things that I think fans are really going to love is that Kэтti Kin is a little bit further in the future than Riverdale.
Yeah, yes.
Do you know about how long of a time jump that is?
I just know they're in their, mid-20s. There's a lot of 5 years being thrown around. I'm not sure. She's not in high school anymore.
So when you see her maybe have a little romance, it's okay, because she's a big girl.
Well, see, that's the thing. Yes, she is a big girl, and I like to think it's thanks to the relationship that she had with Archie. It was the first time she was ever truly vulnerable in that way, to let somebody in and to see her be soft and to see what she's like when she feels like she fails, and is okay with allowing other people to see that softness.
One of the things that I was surprised to see in the pilot is that Kady is actually an old friend of Veronica Lodge.
Yeah!
And Josie, of course, had that great relationship with Veronica. They sang and performed together so many times. In what world could we possibly be setting up that crossover?
I don't know. In a perfect world? I honestly, I would love for Veronica to pop up in New York. It would only make sense considering that she came from New York to Riverdale, and to have her circle back to her old stomping grounds and to see, the woman that she's turning into, and maybe seeing all the cool little spots that she loved to hang out in, and just, finding that dynamic again between the two girls and then ultimately the three of us.
I think what I'm excited for Riverdale fans to see is that this is a happy show.
Yeah.
It's just like candy. It's so much fun.
It's, that's one of my favorite things about it, is that it has a lightness and hope to it that is absolutely gone in Riverdale. It's it's not all the way gone, but it's on its way out. Hope is never anywhere around. But, in Kэтti Kin, I also love the fact that even though it is very bright, there's still drama, there's still hardship, there's still that grit, because it's life, life isn't it without it.
Yeah, and it takes place in New York.
Yes.
Which we know that Josie can handle.
Yes, she can.
There's a fun line in the pilot.
Yes, yeah, that was actually really funny. And I was shocked how funny it ended up being when we were shooting that scene, and Johnny cackled out, and I was like, it is good. It was really funny.
You're like, there's laughter on the set.
Oh my God, are we happy?
The Black Hood is nowhere near here.
Right?
But it was still so amazing to get to see you perform and still get to see Josie on our stage. What does it mean for you to be able to evolve as a performer through this new show?
It was really touching because, one of the moments where you see Josie singing, and I got to watch the pilot, I didn't expect it to be as moving as it was, especially being a New Yorker myself and going in and out of the city all the time and seeing people sing on the subways and on the streets and wanting to join in, but not wanting to steal the spotlight or anything. But it was really something to watch two people who don't know each other and are from two completely different worlds connect through this one medium of music and have it be so beautiful and attract other people to it. It was like a warm little light. It was like a little fire in the darkness. I wasn't expecting to be so touched by something that I've done for 3 years now that is still hard for me, and to see it on screen and to feel that, you know, I've really kind of found that space where I can shine and Josie can too. It's something.
This show is all about young people struggling to reach their dreams, and I feel like everyone's going to be able to relate to that. Was there ever a moment in your own career when you're like, I don't think I can do this anymore?
Yes. There were a couple, and it wasn't even so much that I couldn't do it anymore. It was that I couldn't sustain myself on the path that I was on. Even though I knew I couldn't deviate from acting as a career altogether, I was gonna have to change the plan a bit, and I wasn't ready to make that change.
Yeah.
But I was struggling, and then I ended up booking Riverdale, and that changed it. And there's still so many lessons that I'm learning now at this point in my career, because it's still so young and, you know, kind of in its infancy a bit. So I'm learning as I go, but I've definitely I've had those moments.
Mm-hmm. I love that Kэтти Kin is such a fashion-forward show.
Yeah.
Katie, of course, wants to be a fashion designer. She's so great. She has all those great clothes. How do you think we're going to see Josie's style evolve?
I don't know. I feel like she already had a great style. She does have a great style, and it is elevated a bit. And I know that she's always going to take that extra bit of advice from somebody who's in the know, whether it's from Katie or even from Pepper, because Pepper very much so is an it girl. I think it'll be fun. I'm just excited to be on set with a bunch of like rolls of fabric, because I used to sew when I was young, and they're gonna find me like wrapped up in the fabric on set and just pulling it to see which way the stretch is, and just anything fashion and clothes and making. It's gonna be so much fun.
I'm just so excited because you know that I've always wanted Josie to have more time to shine.
Yeah.
And when we first met her on Riverdale, she was that it girl. She had the sass.
She was, wasn't she?
She came through and she was just like, Archie, don't even think you can try and join my group. She had that sass.
strong.
And so we're going to get to kind of see her with these other quote-unquote it girls.
Yeah.
And kind of like see what this is going to be like. What does that mean for you to be able to play this out?
You know, it's great because it's nice to be in an environment where there are people who are striving for the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, and we can all support each other. And even though we're from different backgrounds, we all still understand that struggle of wanting to succeed in our career in a city that sometimes is so hard to just be in. And so having that safety net, especially at home, is going to be really nice.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Have you been able to keep in touch with anyone from Riverdale?
Yeah, as much as I can. You know, everybody's always so busy, but, you know, I'll text, I'll FaceTime, you know, I'll send little videos here and there just to, you know, send out the little love, even if it's just like a gif of me throwing hearts. You know, that's in anything that I can do to just, you know, keep them in my space.
Well, and you were so close with Casey. I know he goes to New York quite a bit.
Yeah, that's definitely a crossover I would like to see happen. I would love for Casey to come to New York and, you know, to have Kevin get bitten by that Broadway bug, because it would be so perfect.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
We're not going to be saying goodbye to you on Riverdale just yet. We will be seeing you in the season 4 premiere.
Yes.
Which is going to be a tribute to the late Luke Perry and also his on-screen character Fred Andrews.
Yeah.
What did that mean for you to come back for that episode, and what can you share about that episode?
Well, I was really thankful to be a part of it. You know, I really wanted to. I didn't know when it was going to happen, but I definitely let it be known that however possible, you know, I wanted to pay my own respects as well. It was tough. It was really tough. It was a really hard episode, and, you know, it was kind of a grieving process for all of us, and especially for me. So you're going to see that. You're going to feel that when you watch the episode. It is going to be very tearful and touching and heart-wrenching, but, you know, it's necessary, and I feel like we've done him and his character justice, and I just hope that everyone sees that and receives it the same way, you know, especially his family and everyone else who knew him, who had the pleasure of meeting him.